Greetings and salutations to all you folks out there. I have another Wonder game for you. It has been a little while since the last one, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one. But first, couple of little announcements. Project Insanity is ongoing. I'm sure a lot of you have heard a little bit about that. Maybe you've looked at the forum threads and whatnot. I would really appreciate it if you guys went and checked that out one more time. And also, this is to let you know that we did top $500 for the prize pool. It is about $525, and then I'm going to add a little bit more to that for special prizes. So that is moving right along, even better than I had initially hoped for it to. And then also, I am moving the date out one extra week so that we can clear the tournament that is currently running. So tentatively looking at the second weekend in November for the actual tournament date. Now, if any of you guys have Twitch feeds, a YouTube channel that you want to cast on, or anything like that, if you could post that information to the thread, I'm going to link a thread in the description. I will be putting everyone's information into the promo video that I'm doing for the tournament. So that's basically free advertising. If you have a YouTube channel or anything, this is going to be posted in a bunch of different places. So if you want to attach your information so people can find your channel, you need to get that to me by the end of the day, maybe early tomorrow. I'm going to be doing the final edit on that video tomorrow. Alrighty, that is everything I had to talk about. So let's go ahead and jump into this replay. The map is Wonder, and the players are between the ranks of 1,000 and 1,500. We're going to see a lot of familiar faces here, but let's go ahead and introduce everybody, and then we will jump into the gameplay. On the northern team, we have I Know See Me running Seraphim Air, Carly going Aeon on the right side, Meow UEF center, and another Seraphim. Kevin Bacon is pushing Seraphim. There is no Cybern on the northern team. On the southern side, we have Sacronoctum as Seraphim, a UEF air player, kind of an odd choice. That's Caradus, something like that. And then Nihilist Siren is Cybern center. And then last but certainly not least, Verosa going Aeon on the right side for the southern team. Alrighty, let us go ahead and bump up the speed a couple of ticks and we'll see where the action goes. Got first bomber coming out for Carly. He did the double P-gen early build and pushed out that bomber without any kind of significant stalling. That was actually pretty well done. He's going to hover that thing right over here and scout out for an engineer. See if he can snag a kill or three. There goes one. Got an artillery piece moving to the left side. A Medusa from I Know Siren. Kind of an odd choice to put out. Carly is going to bomb out the power for the air player. That is going to hurt significantly. Medusa was such a weird... I don't know why you would push all the way over to one side with a Tech 1 Arty. I would understand a tank. A couple of labs, definitely. Not really understanding the point of that Medusa. Alright, that bomber was definitely worth the mass. That put a pretty good hurting on the expansion for Verosa, and then also hit the power down here. So nicely done from Carly. That was a good, solid bomber. And he is going to push another bomber. And that one is going to misfire. And move on towards the south. Misfire again. And finally kill two engineers down here. That was a little bit more failure on that bomber micro, but it did get enough kills to be worth the mass. Alright, looks like most of the guys are going Tech 1 spam. That is a good thing to see on Wonder. You do need the spam in order to be able to help your teammates. You need mobile attack units, not a ton of point defense, because if you get locked down in a fire base, chances are you will be eliminated by multiple people ganging up on you. You just cannot stop the flow of units that's created on this map. And looking like Kevin Bacon's having some issues getting all of his mass extractors claimed. He is not snagging all of them, and neither is Sacronoctum. That is kind of strange. Usually you don't see people leaving mass extractors blank, but apparently these guys don't need all their mass, so it is okay. We're also not seeing Aeon Air for once, so unless one of the side players gets mercies up, we won't see any mercies. And that is still building engineers. Very nice engagement in the mid here. We've got 4 players slamming into each other. Bunch of Thams and Mantis. Looks like that is going to be a win for the South. And if Yellow doesn't get his units down here quickly, Kevin Bacon is going to bite the dust. Oh man, that is going to get hairy. It's actually got, yeah, that's fine. Okay, he is good to go. Now we've got the range upgrade on both of these commanders. That is great. Wonderous is going for a second upgrade, standing right out here and holding off that ACU. Both of these guys have a significant number of Aurora. Well, no, the northern side has more. But unit assistance from Siren. Siren is being a good teammate this game. He is pushed to both sides to help with, well, this is the defense and that was an offense. He's doing a very good job of maintaining a very high Mantis spam and being a good assisting teammate. That is always a wonderful thing to see when people actually work together instead of going their separate ways and dying one by one. Tech 2 gunships on the field. That was a crazy zoom from Wonderous. That is going to go up towards the northern side here. He's got air control. He has a lot of interceptors. Red barely has any, but he is going to dodge and dart around and not commit himself. I would go after Carly. Carly's on 6,000 health and he's kind of out by himself with no air support. And we've got pings saying go. Those gunships are going to dive on in for Carly. And I think he is, nope. Oh no, why would you do that? Fail. Although it is too late for Carly. The gunships did their job, but I can't believe Wonderous had so many interceptors and just completely failed to protect his gunships. That was sad. I gotta say, that was very sad. Got point defense going up for Meow. He is going to take advantage of the epic UEF point defense, and he is going to build up on this side to try and contain the spam that is inevitably going to come past him from these players. That point defense is going to reach not far enough. He needs to be building a little bit further this way so that he can cover all the way to the gap, otherwise he's going to have tons of run-bys. Siren is going to give his units to Verosa. Verosa's coming back to the rear to assist with some building projects, and that is that. Looks like Sacronoctum and Siren are going to go for the mobile missile launcher spam. Of course, the Viper spam is much more deadly, but mobile missile launcher spam is a good tool to use nonetheless. Those things are going to be able to break these, well, that singular Tech 2 point defense without much trouble. And more gunships pushing off to the left. Let's see where they are headed. Gonna move around the outside edge. They are being pinged, and once again the interceptors are trailing way too far behind the gunships. Why are you doing this? And 3 gunships down from those Tech 2 bombers. Looks like they were trying to save up for a NAZIS snipe, but alas, it is not meant to be. Flak coming in to clean up those gunships, and that is going to be the end of that. Mobile flak is hilariously effective versus gunships. It absolutely melts swarms of them. Alright, the southern team has missed a fantastic opportunity here. They had the units, they had the ability to run by and clean all this crap up, but they totally failed to do so. So now they have a fire base to deal with. The ACU is on the right side, center is secure, and Meow now has double eco. He is pulling in 104 mass per tick, which is a very large number, only slightly behind the ecoing air player for the southern team. Excuse me, I'm gonna yawn in your ear. That is awkward. All right. So that is an opportunity wasted, and now it does look like Inosimi has at least matched Karadras's air production. It looks like he still has fewer interceptors, and horrible micro from Inosimi. He basically threw away his entire interceptor swarm. Need to work on that first turn there, bud. That was not the best execution that I have ever observed. And then flying what remains of your swarm over multiple flak. That is also not smart. Scouts are called scouts for a reason. You do not scout with interceptors. Interceptors are for intercepting. Tech 3 Air is online for Inosimi, as well as for Karadras. Both of them are building Tech 3 scouts. There's a couple of ASF online for both players, but so far it looks relatively even. Looks like Karadras is slightly ahead in mass and power income, but production is higher for Inosimi, it appears. So I'll have to see which one of these guys is better at handling their forces. We do have Tech 3 on the field for Kevin Bacon. He is rushing forward with some siege tanks. Artie is coming in for backup, and we have some Ilshis to cover. And that ACU, that is an aggressive combat ACU, and he is going to not feel any qualms about hanging out towards the front. However, you do not want to leave your unit sitting still under mobile missile launcher fire, needlessly losing most of the health on his Tech 3 tanks, and he is going to retreat. That is actually sad to see, because he has enough units there to absolutely obliterate everything down here. Well, I don't know. There's 3 Tech 2 point defense. Probably better to stick back. And we've got Strat Bombers online from Karadras. Luckily, he does have the larger swarm of interceptors, but producing those bombers has put him far, far behind on ASF count. He'll only get 1 pass once he extends those. He may have landed 2 hits on the ACU. I'm not 100% sure on that. Sadly, I was not paying enough attention. Alright, you do not need this much power storage. I know, see me, that is not a good idea. That is a crap load of mass wasted by building energy storage. And building an Omni sensor adjacent to energy storage does absolutely nothing. You're actually hurting yourself, because if you built the Omni 1 tick over, it would pull adjacency bonus off the power generator and cost less to run. So I really fail to see the logic behind this build. You're also building it between 2 highly explosive low health objects. So 2 Tech 1 bombers hitting that would pretty much decimate. Well, yes, 2 Tech 1 bombers would kill the power generator, because it would chain reaction the energy storage and kill that. And then as well, your ACU is standing next to it. So 2 Strat Bombers would kill this ACU right now. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down a tick while I look at this, because this is just hysterical. He is standing within the damage radius of the Tech 3 power generator. 3 power storages, so that's 3k damage. I forget what the damage is on the power generator. 3,000 maybe? So that's like 5,000 damage. And then whatever the damage was from the Strat Bomber hits, and I have a text message. Sorry about that, people. Let me silence that. So just a couple of Strat Bombers could easily kill this ACU because of the highly volatile buildings that he is standing next to. So, I know, see me, there's a lot of things that you need to correct, and one of them is your ACU location, and now you're standing in the middle of 4 power generators. Or 4 power storage, and in between 2 P-gens. So, yeah, 1 Strat Bomb right in the middle right here would kill that ACU. I have killed someone that way before, and it was both hysterical and sad at the same time. I had 1 Cybern Strat Bomber, and someone was standing basically in the middle of a formation like this. It was 4, they had 3 P-gens and a T3 Fabricator built. They were working on building the 4th P-gen, and I landed 2 Strat Bombs from a Cybern Strat Bomber. I flew all the way around the outside edge of Settons with the stealth on, and landed 2 Strat Bombs in the middle of his power and fabricator formation and killed his ACU in 1 pass. It was hilarious, but I felt embarrassed for him. Alright, got a Megalith coming online for Nihilist Siren. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. I read that word all of the time, but I don't think I've ever actually said it out loud. Might have to go look at a pronunciation key after this cast, or I'm sure someone will tell me, because everyone always tells me when I mess up. This megalith is building quite rapidly, actually. Siren has 167 income and no reclaim, actually, which is kind of strange. He is getting some assistance from Verosa, however, so that is going to help speed up the process. There was a slight push from Percival's there, and I totally missed. Oh, crap. Well, that was sad. I legitimately have no idea what killed him. I feel like Guile. I have no idea what just happened. I'm going to take a shot in the dark, though. I saw the strap bombers over here. I'm going to say that there was probably Tech 3 units down here, and either the Tech 3 units killed the ACU, or the strap bomber firing at the Tech 3 units team killed the ACU, but I find that highly unlikely because there was not complaints in chat, and I have the strong feeling that everyone would be raging if that were the case. So, yeah. The other option there is Tech 3 air, but I didn't see any strap bombers. They could have easily been killed, though. Alright, Megalith is going to push forward. Percival's coming in to try and kill it, and they're going to knock a significant chunk off the health. They're actually doing a pretty good job of swarming the Megalith. Megalith is going to trample backwards, stomping all over this Percival, and going to try and kill them. Do have a Fat Boy online for Meow. That is going to do a pretty good job of throwing some hurt down on Verosa. Verosa is actually pretty low on options at the moment. He has this Tech 3 mobile artillery, but unfortunately the reach and strength on that is not going to be good enough to kill the Fat Boy before the Fat Boy kills all the artillery. So we have a good move from Meow in the north. He is going to eliminate Verosa's base, and at the same time we have Siren pushing forward with SACU and Bricks and Megalith all at once. So that is a very, very strong push. He's going to be reclaiming Tech 3 units behind, and that is going to give him the mass to work on a second Megalith. His reclaim numbers are very good, I'm sure. 250 or 25,000 and counting. Actually looks to be about the same for those guys, and then about 10,000 for those. Meow has a whopping 32,000. That comes from reclaiming the other guy's base, and we're going to see a beautiful air fight here. ASF meeting in the mid. Wonderous is going to come away with that victory pretty easily. And air is lost for the north. He does have some ASF still there to deny with, and that is a good thing to keep on hand. But that Fat Boy is definitely going to hurt. Alright, SACU's moving forward here. That Megalith did draw back. It did get a veterancy, so it is going to be slowly healing in the rear end here. But that awesome push there is going to eliminate both of those SACUs. That was sad to see. Should have pushed forward with that Megalith to keep it in range of the SACUs. The SACUs do have stun, so they would be able to... the SACUs could keep units stunned for the Megalith to clean up. I'm going to see another support commander shooting over to the right-hand side for Siren. That is going to take the opportunity to reclaim after that Fat Boy is taken care of. Megalith, of course, easily trumps Fat Boy once it's within range. So that is no contest at all. We're also seeing support commanders from Meow. And I think support commanders are finally getting a substantial amount of use. For a long time, they were drastically underused. Of course, now I think I would argue that they're actually too cheap, but that is yet to be determined and may or may not be addressed in a later balance patch. Alright, we have nuke defense up for both teams. Meow has one in the center, and Wonderous has one in his base which is nearly loaded, and then we do have a strat launcher online for the southern team. Not for the north that I can see. I don't see one. Unless I'm staring at it and not seeing it, because I was already blind enough to miss an ACU kill. Maybe, or maybe not. I will miss something else. Alright, got a chicken and a fat boy online for the northern team. I know Simi has pushed a Yathatha out, and yet another fat boy out from Meow, who is also going to build a third one. Maybe those two together. Oh, Verosa is going to extend for the overcharge and help that Megalith take out the Yathatha, but Fat Boy is going to kill it off. Seeing some Strat Bombers come in, they are going to get knocked down by the T3 anti-air in the back, and then that Fat Boy is just going to keep pushing forward. Something that a lot of people may not know, SACUs do not have the commander resistance to overcharge that ACUs have. And overcharge penetrates personal shields because of the AoE. So a shielded comm like that, it's like 50,000 health to burn through if you're just straight up hitting the thing, but 2 overcharges and it's dead. So that is definitely something to keep in mind as a viable option for dealing with SACUs. That is also something, there's people that complain about the teleport SACUs being too overpowered in the late game situation, because say you have a Paragon built, you can teleport in with SACUs and kill the thing. Well, the problem with that is most of the time the teleport commanders have a slightly lower health quotient, so you can stand next to the Paragon if you're brave enough, or stand there with a Seraphim SACU with the overcharge upgrade, and when they teleport in, unless your opponent is being very careful to teleport in several different places, if they select 5 SACUs and teleport them to the same spot, you can overcharge all 5 at once and potentially get a one-shot 5 kills, and it is a pretty easy problem to deal with. Alright, 2 Fat Boys online, and then multiple SACUs coming down the front, along with a bunch of Authams. These 3 support commanders here are doing an impressively good job. You can see the stun going to work, keeping those things stunned, keeping their damage down, but eventually that is going to run out. Got some beautiful micro going on, dodging most of the Fat Boy shots, actually. Got some Strat Bombers coming around trying to assist. 2 Megaliths online down here. Those need to be doing something. Siren is just sitting on his units. I like his micro. You can see how much he is doing there, but he is neglecting to use units that he has online. He actually has the units here to punch a hole through the left side, and he's not doing it. There we go. Finally got some movement. Not in the best of directions. Ugh. Bad management of his units. Bad management. He's got 3 freaking Megaliths sitting here absorbing Tech 3 Arty Fire and not doing anything with them. Why would you do this to yourself? Meow is continuing to tech up. We've got some still errors in the hands of the southern team, and a Fat Boy coming online for Wonderous. He has jumped into the Tech 4 race and has just finished building a nuke. I have to see where he launches it. And yes, I did overlook a strat launcher earlier. That is great. That is fantastic. I knew it. I absolutely knew it. Siren is down. That is one of the single worst performances I have ever seen. I really dislike hating on players. I try to be optimistic and provide good feedback and tell people how they can improve, but Nihilist Siren, that was a complete and total fail. Sitting on three Megaliths, that is so much mass. Had a 4th building in the back. You had T3 mobile anti-air to cover, and that is going to be a quit out for the other guys, and that is game. So good job on the Northern team recovering. I really liked how that played out for the Northern team, how they went ahead and nabbed that expansion and then continued to plow the South under. But I gotta say, the Southern team was completely chock full of missed opportunities. That was disappointing. Verosa failing to use all of the units that he had to continue to pull denial on the northern side. We had basically sitting on 3 megaliths for the majority of the end game, failing to push through and kill this. 3 megaliths with backup was more than enough to punch a hole through right here and kill that nuke. The Southern team should have won that. By all rights, they should have won that. Total air control the whole game, everything. But it just didn't happen. All right, that is the end of this game. Slightly disappointing ending, but I guess we still have a winner, so there it is. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and tuning in, and also to the guys who have helped with Project Insanity. Once again, check out those links. I will have them on the description, and I hope you guys will tune in for the next cast. I'll see you later.